actors, as I was mentioning earlier, on this SLIPDIISC team is Sushmita, here with the disc. Looks like she is about to pull. We have a ratio of 4 women to 3 men, which means a female has to be pulling the disc to the opposing team. So the gender pull rule is not actually enforced by the WFDF. It is currently just something that UPAI has implemented in anticipation for that requirement and to promote gender equity on the ultimate field. It's great to see. Very good pull by Sush, a little bit upwind too, making it even harder. Let's see what we're up against here. Looks like it's a person-to-person defense with 1 female poach on the foreside, which happens to be Sush. There's a call on the field, so there's a stoppage. And we're back live. Tight person defense is making it hard for the handler reset, and it does lead to a turnover, a little bit of miscommunication there by the handlers. Sharon will pick up the disc, try to get it off the sideline, and he looks for the big shot, and he connects. And guess who? Sush with the score. And now SLIPDIISC takes their first lead of the game. So those of us may have been watching an earlier match today, which was BITSB against Skywalkers. BITSB put up a good fight. So we have seen this team already once today. You may remember their offense from this BITSB squad ran through Ashutosh here, number 24. He's their main handler. Very nice throws. Piyush, number 68, was on the receiving end of a lot of their scores. We'll see if those guys can keep it going and try to get some of the other teammates involved. Picks up the disc. Still person defense here for SLIPDIISC. Even though they're less on legs, they're still not playing any lazy defense. Tight person-to-person defense. Just out of the reach there on the dump throw. Ashutosh can't quite reel that in. And now Sharon looks to get some space on the sideline. On the doorstep, no mark. So he's taking his sweet time. Now he swings it. Good quick movement by the SLIPDIISC squad here. Good patience, waiting for a cut. Nothing there. Swings it to Abikalpa. Back to Sharon. Swings it over and looks for the continuation, but it's just misread. Unlucky. We're hearing some spirit from the sideline to keep her head up after the uncharacteristic drop. And we'll see if SLIPDIISC can get the disc back. Ashutosh again picks up the disc, looks for some cutters. SLIPDIISC is still playing that poachy defense with one female poached. If you can see at the top of the screen here, number 33 on Bits is completely wide open. If they can recognize that she's open, it would be an easy score. But considering they are throwing it upwind, it might be a hard throw. But SLIPDIISC is not concerned in the slightest at the moment that she is wide open. The Bits team does an amazing job of working it up the break side so they avoid that female poach and they convert the score to keep within striking distance. Into this sixth match of the day. A lot of Ultimate been played so far. Teams are trying to get out of the pool play and qualify for the championship bracket. We got a nice swing. Looks like Bits is playing a zone now. And we'll see how SLIPDIISC responds. Sharon patiently calling a double team. Gives a little scuba over the top of the cup there. Connects in the wind. Now they're working it through the middle of the field pretty easily. Bits tries to get their zone set up. And now they're back into person defense. They punch it in. Tight defense, they still convert the score. Bits team is a pretty large squad here. They got a lot of fans, a lot of supporters in the sidelines. The Bits A team has already finished their match, so they're over here supporting them and coaching them as well. We got some Bits alumni on the sidelines in the neighborhood. Came by to watch some Ultimate. Nice throw. And Bits with a beautiful hold on offense. No turnovers, work it up the field, and convert. +1 bit. We got ourselves a match. Bits is not going away easy. Let's see what we got here. Seems the wind has temporarily stopped. I'm sure it'll come back again. We have 4 women, 3 men. So there will be a female pulling the disc. Friendly roll, and Bits is in a tight person-to-person defense here. That's good. They're mixing it up. They're not sticking with the zone. They're trying to keep SLIPDIISC on their toes, and it leads to a turnover just out of the reach of the cutter, and they immediately try to strike, and they convert. That's the duo we were seeing in that first match earlier today. Ashutosh handling with the assist to Piyush, the cutter. And that is a break. Bits is putting up a fight here. We got some You can see the excitement from the Bits fan club here, rushing onto the field, trying to use that energy to propel them to a huge upset victory. SLIPDIISC with less numbers, less energy. It's going to be hard. This Bits team has the energy, has the sidelines. Let's see if they can get some cheers and continue this momentum. We just noticed that their fan club is not available to cheer on right now. They're busy playing. So it seems like a home game here for Bits, even though we are on the literal home ground of SLIPDIISC. I'm not hearing much cheering from the Bits side though. I would expect their sideline to be starting more cheers and continuing to bring that energy and that intensity to kind of bring up their team and keep riding this momentum. We are seeing some new faces take the field for Bits though, so that's good to see. Number 22, Parmesh here with the pull. Beautiful pull. Back of the end zone. That is a perfect pull. It hits the line, and they decide to play on. Work it up into Sushin in the middle of the field. Swings it over to Robbie, and he grips it and rips it. And it floats back inbounds too far. It looked like it was going way out of bounds. The wind said, not today. Brings it back in. And there is a discussion. The SLIPDIISC player had a chance to catch it, but the BITS player was in the way and prevented that from happening. There's a foul called, but the BITS player actually did have position, excuse me. And this should be retracted. Let's see how they discuss it. We're going to try to get it on replay here to see what exactly happened. I think the disc was misread. Oh, and it is retracted, which is exactly what I had predicted. That's actually very good spirit from SLIPDIISC. They get a lot of flack for not being the most spirited team, but that is great to see. That wind really affected that play. And here we go again. Guess who? Ashutosh to Piyush to get it started. Over to Aditi, back to Ashutosh. Over to Parmesh. Parmesh to Ashutosh. Ashutosh grips and rips. And he's got a player open. Oh, and it's just out of the reach of Mohit. And that's a turnover. So SLIPDIISC will have to work it back up the field. But BITS stretching the field and putting the pressure on. They are not going down without a fight. We have a horizontal stack by SLIPDIISC, and the disc gets away from the handler. It is snatched up by Parmesh, and he throws it to Piyush for the score. It's now 6-4. BITS has taken a 2-point lead. And SLIPDIISC is looking around saying, what's happening, guys? And gals? They have a small roster. They don't have the legs. They don't have the sidelines. They're losing some energy here. Let's see what they can do to bring back the energy. They could consider calling a timeout, talking things through, maybe play a spirit game and try to cheer themselves up. But this is an exciting start to this match that nobody was expecting. We did mention in the earlier stream that BITS B was looking way better than their 15 seed, which is the lowest seed in the tournament. And they are putting it on display here in this match. We hear Sush giving some instruction to the SLIPDIISC team. Try to clean up their play and stop the around throws. We'll see if that works. We have a few younger fans over here on the sideline who are not in college yet, but are active members of the Ultimate Club community. Some young kids, younger kids, they play at local schools and in clubs. And they are here to pick which college they want to go to. Which college might be the best for their ultimate career, because that's more important than any education. And I'm totally kidding for all the parents on the call. Please let your kids continue to play ultimate. Oh, and a nice pull rolls out of the end zone here. So it will be coming in at the sideline, which is never comfortable, especially with the wind. So we got Sharon picking up the disc. Abi Kalpa as the main handler reset here. Sush with the first cut, gets open easily. Great cut. She looks to swing it to the middle, and she does. Oh, look at this. SLIPDIISC making an effort to play on the break side, and it looks easy almost. There's a call, though. Disc will stay. Another call. Looks like maybe a violation. Some players started moving before the disc was live. We now hear the defense cheer from the pit sideline, which is great to see. Back to Sush on the break side. Back to Sharon, and they now appear to be forcing backhand. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but they are forcing backhand now. And there's another call. Some contact with the handler. Disc is back in, and he rips up a shot to the end zone, and it doesn't even end up in bounds, so the female cutter does not have a chance to secure it, and it will be a turnover at the corner of the end zone. Fitz has a chance to break and go up 3. Let's see what they do here. Yeah, the two BITS teams are very deep, a lot of players. It's great to see their ultimate community is growing so strongly. Even just after the pandemic, it's been very hard for some of these colleges to maintain membership and excitement for the sport, with some players having to join in for school remotely. Abi snatches up the errant throw, smartly dumps it off, and patiently waits for the swing here. Gets it back, right on cue. They are still forcing backhand. They get the break off the sideline. Abi looking for something on the break side. It's open, and he hits it. Now back to the middle. Oh, there's a call. Anag on BITS is discussing something here with Abi Kalpa. Not quite sure. Maybe a travel or a foul call. I expect the disc will probably return back to Abi. Just past the 2 o'clock mark here on Saturday, the first day of the tournament. We got one more match after this. We are live streaming 2 games all weekend on 2 fields, so stay tuned. We still have a lot of Ultimate left this weekend. The disc is checked in, back to Abi as expected. Centers the disc. Force is still backhand. You always want to see the force remain the same, and Piyush gets a huge D, and he goes deep. Are they going to take the shot? They do. And Sharon comes out of absolutely nowhere and makes an amazing adjustment to get that D and save what could have been a 3-point deficit. And then SLIPDIISC comes back with a huck to Abi Kalpa. Wow, what a turn of events. What a play by Sharon to single-handedly keep his team in this match. BITS is really keeping their lines tight, which means they're playing a lot of the same players at point after point. It's clear they have some of their preferred members, some of their more experienced members playing a lot more of these points. We see Ashutosh get on the line again. Piyush, number 68, still catching his breath in between points. Rushit, number 14. back on the field. We have a fun fact here about Piyush. He looks like a cutie, but plays a mean defense. I don't know if we can get a shot of him close up of his cute face, but he has been playing some mean defense and some mean offense all day. We remember from Ashutosh in the first game that he is a rider, a provider, and more. We're not sure how to decipher that or what that really means, but it's good to see these players have some fun with their fun facts. So we're back to 4 women on the field. So we will have a female pulling from the SLIPDIISC side. It looks like it's Sush again, getting some D-line reps, which is playing on the defensive side of the points. And up goes the pull with the wind at her back. She loses grip a little bit from the wet rain. Probably doesn't get as much rotation on as she would have liked. Oh no. And Ashutosh, the provider, provides the SLIPDIISC team a chance to break. And they immediately convert, showing their experience and their composure. And it's now all tied up again. Just like that, they have regained their energy. And just that last point, Sharon's deep run to catch up to that deep shot is turning out to be a game-changing play. Momentum is all now in the favor of SLIPDIISC. I am commenting here alone. I am joined by Minu, who is providing fun facts. She's not interested in speaking. Das as well, supporting both teams. He is neutral, a neutral observer. He's supporting ATC, which is a local club here in Bangalore. That is also the club that I play for. And up to this point, I have done a great job of trying to give unbiased commentary. So no ATC shoutouts just yet. We have a few members of ATC actually on the pitch. And Bits turns it over. SLIPDIISC a chance to break and take a lead, which would be, oh no, just out of the reach. Great look. He's not happy with himself. But in Ultimate, you cannot reflect on turnovers. You have to immediately forget and move on to the next point. Try to log into this live stream and see if we have any active viewership. I can try to answer some questions from the chat. Let's see what we got here. All right, for now, we will get back to the game. It is a tie match here. The Bits B team, the 15th seed, is tied up with the overall 2 seed in SLIPDIISC A. They're on the doorstep here, trying to convert a score, and it appears to be a hand block right at the end zone. Didn't quite get a full pivot. Probably could have been a forehand throw there for the dump, but instead decides to go for backhand and gets hand blocked. and immediately gets the defense back, but there is a call. They are going to discuss it. Piyush clearly unhappy. Thought it was a clean block. Alright, these players are still talking things out here while we try to check up with the live stream chat, try to interact with our fans here, all three of them. If anybody watching wants to add a question or shout out to anybody, let us know and we can relay the message. It looks like there is a lot of love for Culpa. Spam the flowers to give Culpa the powers. Bitz gets it back. Very good. Ashutosh is in no rush. Catching his breath. Waiting patiently. Looks for the up line, but it's a tight throw. It's probably not the best decision. The defender was playing very tight. Great defense. And a great throw. Hauled in. Touches. Barely keeps those toes in bounds. Amazing concentration by the SLIPDIISC player. Gets back into the vert stack, and we see a hammer all the way across the end zone, and it is a score. It is very hard to defend those hammer throws, and SLIPDIISC execute that to perfection. All the way to the break side. +1 SLIPDIISC. And now I believe SLIPDIISC has taken the lead. Hammer that zone appears to have just beaten SLIPDIISC B in pretty convincing fashion. 45 minutes into the match, the game has ended. So I expect we can probably pull in some viewers from that stream over to this stream. Hope you're joining in. We got an exciting game here, if you're just joining us. What do we think? Is it, it's probably... No? Okay. It looks like it's halftime here. 45-minute mark. Is it halftime? It is confirmed halftime. We're going to take a quick break here at halftime, and we'll be right back.
So it looks like it's raining heavy, and stream has to be camera has to be moved a little bit. Be back with the stream in some moments. It's not a good sign for Ultimate, given that there is one more game to play at 3, and snow drain also. So we are back with the stream. It's That's an unfortunate slip of the disc. Truly a slip disc. That's a slip disc score again. I think that gets 4 continuous breaks for slip disc, and yeah, they've taken quite lead from 8-6, where they were only 1 break up. I think now the game is slightly moving away from the bits in bits and pieces.
But now they All right. And we are back. This is Grant again, taking over for Bolt, or Regate, also acting as the TD for this weekend. One of the many TDs we have volunteering his time to help us coordinate and run this entire event. Shout out to Bolt. He's going to resolve some other issues. We did just have a scramble. There was a quick 1-minute burst of rain. Everybody ran inside the tent here. We had to retreat the camera to avoid water damage, but we are back. But the microphone was in the off position, and he was whispering so quietly that nobody even here could hear him. So all the great comments that he made, I'm sure there were a lot of funny puns, all fell on deaf ears, unfortunately. But we're back to finish strong here. And if you remember, the match was 6-4. Bits was up. Since that point, it has been a 7-0 run for SLIPDIISC. Ever since Sharon had that one grab to salvage going down 3 points. And that was the momentum changer of the afternoon for this SLIPDIISC team, and they have not looked back since. 7 straight points, 6 minutes left of game time, now 4 minutes left of game time. The window is all but closed for Bits to pull off the miracle, but they will still improve their seeding. I believe they did upset one team within their pool, so we will see. They should have a chance at a crossover match tomorrow to try to sneak into the championship bracket. Just kidding, there is no crossover. It's only based on seeding, and then we go right into the championship tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, when you add the crossover, you end up getting 4 matches in one day, and that's not enjoyable. So let's take a look here at their pool and try to deduce how it might look here for this BITS team. Sush couldn't quite corral that deep shot, a little bit out of bounds. Wait a minute, nope, Sush was defense. It was a turnover by the BITS team. Sush is going to pick up the disc here. So BITS B, I believe they beat Hawabaz. Minu, do you know for sure? Did the BITS B beat Hawabaz earlier? So BITS B will actually end up retaining the 9 seed, which is the top seed of the secondary bracket, and with what they've shown so far today, they have a chance to retain that seed and try to steal 9th away from quite a lot of teams. Coming in as the 15 seed, that is a huge accomplishment and a lot to build on for this young and large program. SLIPDIISC sets their sights for tomorrow as they look to handle the championship bracket as the 2 seed. SLIPDIISC first match tomorrow will be at 7:30, and this BITS B team has their first game at 9 a.m. so they can sleep in a little bit, re-heal. Hopefully, we did see a few pretty bad injuries from some of their key members. Hopefully, those guys can heal up tonight and come back tomorrow for their 9 a.m. match against the 12 seed. SLIPDIISC will retain that 2 seed, and they will play on field 3 tomorrow morning against the 7 seed at 7:30. The fields might change tomorrow, but yeah, they will be playing the Nightcrawlers. The Nightcrawlers were the 10 seed. They had upset the Hammerheads, which we were watching earlier today on this field. And SLIPDIISC first match tomorrow in the championship pool will be the 2 versus 7, Hammerheads versus SLIPDIISC, 7:30. Stay tuned for that. We will be live streaming that match tomorrow morning. For those of you who are waking up and watching Ultimate Frisbee on your Sunday morning. BITS is not going down without a fight here. After this point, the teams will add 1 to the score total, and it will be a game to that point total. Sush flies in for the help D. BITS can't seem to get anything going here. They're trying to force the deep shots. The rain is all but died down now. Teams are getting back out onto the field, warming up for their final match here at 3 o'clock in 15 minutes. We're getting a nice "Let's Go SLIPDIISC" cheer from the sideline. For those of you who cannot hear that, that is great to see. Even with a smaller roster, they're still loud on the sidelines. A very nice throw, and it's just sometimes when the frisbee comes in a little bit hot, you have to attack it and grab it with your hands. If you try to let it go to your chest, it can sometimes bounce right off, and that's what happened there. SLIPDIISC getting back into the defensive formation here, which appears to be another female poach on the 4 side. We have this lady here at the bottom left wide open, and it's a timeout called by BITS. They will get some water and talk things over. not sure if we're actually live streaming. I don't believe we are, so this might end up being recorded for future views. But that's okay. I will still enthusiastically comment on all of the happenings. Disc is tapped in. SLIPDIISC is staying with their female poach on the force side. If Bits can swing the field, they have a wide open female here, number 33. Wide open. Nobody for yards. Oh no. Great effort, but bobbled. Sharon picks it up and hits Sush for the easy score. We're now 4 minutes over time, but because of the timeout, I believe they're still going to add one and finish the game. So it's now 12-6. It'll be a game to 13 to finish it up here before the next teams take the field. We see Skywalkers in front of us warming up. After 8 straight points for the SLIPDIISC A team, we will see if the Bits team can try to score one before the game ends here, but it will be game to 13. HMT is our sponsor for the event this weekend. They provided a lot of money to help accommodate all the players, provide food, pay for the fields. Just kidding, food is being provided by the players. We wish we got free food. There probably would have been more volunteers. But they are covering the live stream. We are going to have some merch coming here. We haven't seen the merch yet. People are asking about the merch. We're getting excited about the merch. We should have some merch tomorrow for those who are trying to come on site and watch the events. You may have seen the HMT logos being flashed up in between points for the sponsors. And with that, SLIPDIISC ends the game in heroic fashion with the deep run, using up all the energy he had for the rest of the day. And 9 straight points for SLIPDIISC to end the match. Bits walks off with their heads down, but they have a lot to be proud of. They'll come back tomorrow in the 9-12 match, as we mentioned earlier. And with that, we'll be signing off for this match, and we will see you tomorrow for Championship Sunday. Have a great afternoon.